Task Force and the Philippine Development Forum in the implementation of the short and long-term goals. But according to our Vice Chair, Bill Luz, the committee should be 50% coming from the private sector and 50% should be from the public. So ano po, hati tayo ng members. Okay. The vision, NCC vision, is to promote a more competitive Philippines and instill a culture of excellence through public-private sector collaboration as a means to reduce poverty through inclusive growth. The NCC is tasked to build, next slide please, up long-term competitiveness of the country through policy reforms, implementation of projects, institution building, performance monitoring, and goal setting. The competitiveness performance of the Philippines in 2013 are as follows. The Philippines climbed 6 notches in a World Economic Forum survey that ranks countries based on how competitive they are in attracting business. The IFC, Ease of Doing Business, it measures the ease or difficulty by which one can start, operate, and wrap up a business in a particular nation. The Philippines does not have a good record at the moment as it fell 2 notches from 2012. Next is the IMD World Competitive Report. The country climbed 5 notches from 43rd place in 2012 to 38 in 2013 out of 60 economies, and is the biggest gainer among Association of Southeast Asian countries. The growth in GRDP was one of the factors that contributed to this positive performance of the country. Okay. The Philippines improved its ranking in 2012 Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. We now rank 118 from 129 out of 174 countries measured in the CPI, or a jump by 11 notches. The Philippines passed the indicators set by Millennium Challenge Corporation on the implementation of actions plan toward policy improvement process. It is also interesting to note that within the ASEAN, the Philippines is at the bottom 95th of the barrel, trailing Cambodia on the 87th, Laos on the 81st, Indonesia 78, Vietnam 69. The country brand index is how a country is perceived by the rest of the world in terms of tourism and global trade, as well as its cultural and democratic relations with other countries. Comparing the Philippines with other ASEAN countries under the World Economic Forum Competitiveness Index, here's the ranking. So, out of 148 countries in 2011, we are 175th, 2012 65th, 2013 59. But we are number 6 compared to other ASEAN countries. 6 po out of 10. For IFC, comparing the Philippines with other ASEAN countries under the International Finance Corporation Ease of Doing Business, our ranking is, we are the second to the last, 138 po out of 185 economy. So 136 noong 2012, 134 2011, 144 2010, and 2009 140. While it's true, we are improving, but we still have to move faster. Okay. Comparing the Philippines with other ASEAN countries, next slide please. Under the International Institute of Management Development, our ranking is number 4. So we have from 2011, we are 41st, 2012, 43rd, 2013, 38. But we have a 5th climb, positive 5 change in 2013. But the other ASEAN countries not included in the report are Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam. Okay. Comparing the Philippines place with other ASEAN countries for corruption perception under the Transparency International. Here is our ranking. So 2012, 118, 2011, 129. Nasa middle din po ang Pilipinas. Okay. For the lowest ranking Philippine indicators, okay, those who are written in red ink are those who are related to education. Pag nag-100 po tayo, mababa na tayo niyan. So the quality of scientific research institutions, pang 102. Net primary education enrollment, 101. That is out of 148 countries. And also quality for math and science education, 98. And capacity for innovation, 86th. So what is our target? Our target for the World WEF Global Competitiveness Report should be number 30 or higher by 2016 from 59. Ito pong present, number 59 tayo. So 3 years more to go, kailangan number 30 tayo. IFC Doing Business Survey, number 50 or higher by 2016 from 138 today, this year. IMD World Economic Competitive Report, number 20 or higher by 2016 from number 28. And Future Brand Country Brand Index, number 30 or higher from negative 17. Yung po ang tatrabahuin natin. Now, for the working group on education and human resource development, what is our principle? The people are the single biggest resource advantage that will propel and sustain the country's competitiveness. And our mission statement is to develop a globally competitive workforce by improving basic, secondary, tertiary, and vocational education in partnership with the private sector that would prepare current and future generation find livelihood opportunities as well as high-value jobs in workplace. Now here's the challenge. To develop a globally competent workforce capable of providing quality products and services. Next slide, please. So, under the World Economic Forum, there are 12 pillars of competitiveness, and 2 of these are related to education. Note po ang the 4th and the 5th pillars. 4th is higher education training, negative 3 po tayo. And the 5th pillar is the higher education and training. Negative 3 and positive 2, yun. So yun po ang related sa education. So let me present to you, next slide please. Let me present to you some indicators on education. Ito na po tayo. And the ranking of the Philippines for each indicator vis-a-vis other ASEAN countries. For primary education net enrollment, we rank 6th. For secondary education gross enrollment, we rank 3. For tertiary education gross enrollment, rank 4. For quality education system, rank 5. For quality of math and science education, rank 8 among 8 countries. Sa huli po tayo. For internet access in schools, we rank 7. For capacity, next please. For capacity innovation and quality of scientific research and institution, rank 8. And for university industry collaboration in research and development, rank 6. Okay, this table presents the performance of the Philippine education from 2012 to 2013. In the red are the indicators where we fell from 2012. So yun po sa health and primary education, bumaba tayo. From 92, naging 96th place. And also primary education enrollment from 81st to 108th. Secondary enrollment, 81st to 83rd. Tertiary education enrollment, 75th to 81. And all